This is Magnum. I can do this. Hey, this is Cory Morrow, and this is Real Life, Real Music.
Real Life, Real Music Radio with your host, Kyle Hutton.
How are you doing, Cory? Pretty good, man. Feel pretty good.
Good.
Thanks for having me.
Man, it's always...
Congratulations.
On
the 10, 20 years. I'm at
10, 20 years.
Well, it says 20 on your poster. What's that about?
Season 20.
Season 20, year 10.
6-month increments.
Nice work.
You went to Tech. Let me break that down for you. Sorry.
Thank you.
An Aggie can't resist a layup. You know, you gotta take them.
Is that a football thing?
Yeah. Oh man, I've almost forgotten what it's like trying to wrangle you in an interview.
You tried hard to forget, didn't you?
I did try. I tried hard. Man, thank you for being here tonight. I know tonight that you're usually at home with your wife and kids. We'll get an update on that, I'm sure. But I tell you what, why don't you and John pick one that you know they came to hear tonight, and let's kick things off.
Sure. 21?
Yeah, perfect.
21 days. Where's the camera? I'm going to Carolina, taking that hard, rough road. I'm gonna circle the river of Jordan, 'cause I just wanna see where it flows. Oh, it is 21 days on the road, wondering where we're gonna go from here. 21 days on the road. I'd go home, but my home's right here. Yeah, man. I'm waking up on a sidewalk next to some place I've never seen. I hope those people north of Houston come to see us. I hope they fall in love with me. And it's 21 days on the road, wondering where we're gonna go from here. 21 days on the road. I'd go home, but my home's right here. There's lightning up on the horizon. The Lord is speaking loud and clear tonight. And I'm thinking about a girl in Spicewood. Yeah. She wants me back in Texas by tonight. Oh yes! 21 days on the road, wondering where we're gonna go from here. 21 days on the road. I'd go home, but my home's right here. 21 days on the road, wondering where we're gonna go from here. 21 days on the road. I'd go home, but my home's right here. Yeah. I told people last night, this is the truth, that John's been under my tutelage for 20 years now. And he's playing the stuff that I taught him. And I don't like to show off. I've learned the value, the virtue of humility. So I just like to let John show off for the both of us.
John Carroll, ladies and gentlemen, on guitar over there. So Cory, before we jump in talking about the new record, I want to talk about the very first time you and I were on the same stage together. And I'm thinking it was probably 2001 or 2002. Somehow a group of musicians from Texas, including you and Kevin Fowler and a bunch of other guys, we found ourselves on stage in Nashville, Tennessee at Country Radio Seminar.
Wow.
And one of the coolest things that I've ever seen happen in Nashville was when you played Nashville Blues for all those record executives in Nashville, Tennessee.
What happened? I know it was there, but...
Well, I think they all bought your Nashville Sucks t-shirt. I think you have them on sale here tonight, too. You can leave with one.
You think they...
No, I don't think
No,
they
it probably
did.
didn't work out that good.
I don't think they appreciated it as much as all of us who had been there knocking on doors trying to get publishing deals and that sort of stuff happened.
Well, it ended up being, a lot more negative than I had intended it to be. Originally writing it, it was just sort of like, we had a bad experience and we got turned down when we went up there. We were very excited and very optimistic, and they very quickly let us know that we should not have been as optimistic as we were. And they told us to leave, and we did. And and we were pretty much broke. I don't know how we got enough gas to put in the Suburban to get home, but we made it. And then I was sad, and so I wrote about the things that I thought were good, the singers and stuff, and that I had the blues. Man, I was sad. And so and then somehow when we started playing it, somebody in the crowd started yelling "Nashville sucks," and then that caught on.
I think it was me.
Well, it turned into a chant, and we were recording one night. It turned into a chant, and as we're going back and making the record, we were listening to the tape roll before the song, and it was like, oh man, let's make that a whole track on the record, and then everything went to hell from there. The choices you make are very important, people.
Well, you got a heck of a song out of it. I wonder if you'd play that one for us.
Of course. We like to start off with a little Roger Krager, little John Denver, little Alabama, but I'm not going to do that tonight. Late one morning, I just packed my things, burned all my bills, and I hopped on a plane. Told the cops and the bankers goodbye. They said, don't let us catch you, 'cause you owe us your life. Well, the plane was headed east, and so I was bound for Tennessee to outrun the fuzz. They found me in a day or two. Now I'm flight busted in jail, fighting the Nashville blues. George Jones, Willie and Wayle, and I think Chris and Merle, the songwriting saviors. Townes Van Zandt, he died too soon, but now he's up there with Hank, and they're both fighting the Nashville blues. Well, the songwriting's left up to old hillbillies, hippies and rednecks and girls like Miss Emmy Lou. I'm too young to have a point of view, but I just want to be a part of fighting the Nashville blues. Fighting on Nashville blues. takes its toll upon your mind. All the great ones, well, they've been there too, and they're all fighting the Nashville blues. Fighting the Nashville blues. Well, I moved back to Austin to try and make a living, but it ain't been so easy with those hill country women, and I'm stuck inside of this 8x12 room. My throat's scratching from them cigarettes and booze. My face is wrinkling and my mind's astray, and I get on my knees and Lord, I get to praying, but my hands are worn like the soles of my shoes, and the Lord only knows I'm just fighting them Nashville blues. Johnny Cash, old Willie and Waylon, I think Chris and Merle, songwriting saviors. And old Keith Whitley, he died too soon, but now he's up there with Hank. They're both fighting the Nashville blues. Yeah, well, the songwriting's lived up to the old hillbillies, hippies and rednecks and girls like Miss Emily Lou. I'm too young to have a point of view, but I just want to be a part of fighting the Nashville blues. Fighting the Nashville blues. Oh, fight the Nashville blues. Oh, fight the Nashville blues. And I was sitting there thinking, while we were playing that one, I always go off into like another world sometimes, always sometimes. Jason Boland, hang on, hey, will you pick that name up? I dropped. He said, when the first time he was listening to it, he said something about it. He's like, what did he just say? Like Emmy Lou? He rhymed that and like with the line before that. And whoever was over there at the time was like, yeah, Emmy Lou. And he goes, that was brave. I like that. That's nice. I think so. I think he was paying me a compliment, but I'm not sure.
I think he was.
I don't know.
I think he was paying you a compliment. Okay, so, you know, we all have, I'm sure everybody that's in here has their favorite Cory Morrow song, and you've played a couple of them already. You are on the verge of putting out what I think, because I've heard the record, are going to be some of people's favorite Cory Morrow songs ever on the new record that's about to come out in September. Tell us a little bit about what's coming, when it's coming, and how we can get our hands on it.
You're good, man. I say that because, well, he helped write some of the songs, and he's been involved in the whole process from the get-go. So he's sitting up here. He does a great job, doesn't he? He's amazing at this job.
Thank you.
And now I want to hear you play a song tonight, by the way. So when we're gonna get there. The record's called Whiskey and Pride, which coincidentally is the name of the new single, which coincidentally Kyle and I wrote together with Tim Nichols and Jody Booth.
Tim's here tonight. Where are you, Tim?
Where's Nichols?
Are you back? Yeah.
Don't make a lot of noise for yourself. There he is.
Yeah, Tim Nichols. And Jody Booth, we never know where he is, so he's around somewhere, I'm sure.
He's creeping around somewhere. Yeah, so it's I think we've got 13 songs on it now, and we've got a Rodney Crowell. We covered a Rodney Crowell song and a Jerry Jeff Walker song, and yeah, man. We always like to do. I try to do sort of different kinds of covers, a little something different, like we did way back in the day. We did a song called "Straight to Hell" by Driving and Crying. And that was fun, and now apparently Hootie and the guys have figured that one out, and they made a video out of it, so that's good. Glad for them.
That's
Maybe we should have made a video. Anyway, the record is I feel like it's kind of a diverse record. There's some bluesy kind of rocking stuff, and there's some really old classic country feeling stuff, and there's some love songs, and it's just sort of like kind of all over the map. But sonically, musically, I'm really liking it a lot. Wrote a song for my daughter, wrote a song for my wife, wrote a song for I can't remember, but there's a lot of stuff.
So
We'll
one
play
of
some
the
of them,
as I was listening through the new record, first off, I want to say I've been a fan of yours for a long time, and I think vocally, when I got to hear what you accomplished in the studio this time, I think you sound better today than you ever have sounded before, and I think it really shows up on a song that's on the new record called "One Foot Over the Line."
Nice.
Tell us about that one, and I wonder if y'all would give us a taste of what's going to be on the new record.
We, John and I go to New York and Washington, D.C. every year, and there's a little barbecue place called Hill Country Barbecue, and the owner brings us up, and he puts us in New York, and then we take a train to D.C. or vice versa. And there's a story about having dinner with the mafia, but I won't talk about that right now. And that was in New York. But we're up there in D.C. and we're sitting doing sound check, and I just started messing around on the guitar, and I was kind of bopping around, and John just started kind of like playing along too, and we had a really good mix. And when your monitors sound really good, when everything sounds good, it's inspiring, and you just start, the creative juices start going, and you start trying different things, and you feel confident to try different things because it just sounds so good. And we just started off on this thing, and I started just kind of like ad-libbing, just making stuff up. And I was like, man, this feels good. So I hit the record button on my phone. And then about a year later, I kept pulling that back up and finally decided to write a song, finish the lyrics and finish the song. And I got the guys from Market Junction to help me finish that one up. But it's different, so see what you think. And thanks for the compliment, but I think the trick that we've done is we've dropped everything that we record, we've dropped it down a half step, so as I get older, I can't hit those high notes I used to hit. But I hit a high note, it's just on a half step down, and you don't know the difference, so what's up?
Until you tell them.
This isn't recorded or anything, is it? Oh, you're going to start us off? Well, I got Sunday on my mind. Reasons I dare not say, and I'm long since retired from trying to live that way, but I'm tempted at every turn, and there's nowhere to turn to run away, and I'm down on my knees with my head in my hands, oh, praying for the strength divine. I got 1 foot out the door and 1 foot over the line. the door. On 1 foot over the line. Hey, 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 Said I got 1 foot out the door, on 1 foot over the line. Said I got 1 foot out the door, and 1 foot over the line. Huh.
Yeah. So joined obviously by the amazing John Carroll in the studio, but man, kind of back to the roots, back to some of the original production on original Cory Morrow records, utilizing Grammy Award winner and ACL Hall of Fame inductee Lloyd Maines
Good
in the
punch.
studio. And man, that song, if you think it sounded great, wait till you hear it on the record, man, with all the other players. It is a great track on the record. So what was it like being back in the studio with Lloyd again?
Oh man, it's always easy. It's gravy with him, man. I say that it's a blessing. Been at this for 22 years, man. We've been making records, and I think I've been making records with him for 20 years, off and on. And it's just real. We communicate really well together. I'm a little bit more kind of stubborn these days, and I know.
That was Mom.
That was my sister. You're coming up here in a minute. We're going to interview you. What was it like growing up with Cory? I was not a very good younger brother. So he's really easy to work with, man. I know kind of what I want to hear now, and so it makes the conversations a little bit easier. Originally, when I called him, he called me back. We were talking about going in and doing like a true acoustic record, and I don't know that we actually ended up doing that per se, but there are definitely some, like John plays acoustic lead on several songs on the record, which I think is really cool. And we tracked without drums, which was really different. I don't know that everybody liked doing that, but I enjoyed it. And then we added the drums later, and it kind of got a different vibe. So it was really fun making it that way. And for you guys, it's probably just all but it's different the way that you go in and start making the music. It becomes something from just me sitting here with the guitar, the way that I wrote it, to John playing along with it, to a drummer and a bass player, and everybody's throwing in these different ways of adding and building the song up until it becomes a whole nother animal. And when you approach it from an acoustic standpoint, it remains more true to the way that you wrote it, and so it kind of keeps the nuts and the bolts of its original design. And so that was really fun. And I think also this record has like that song's kind of got a little bit of a spiritual side to it. And you know, I've really changed my life, and my life has been changed in the last many years. And so it's been a really fun opportunity to get in and write songs with guys that don't necessarily know. I don't know that we always talk about that, but we try to talk about God and something bigger and greater. And so writing these songs was really fun, trying to like weave in the old feel of like the old me, which is still inside of me, and then weave this new hope that I've found. And so it's been kind of cool.
Yeah.
Sorry.
As difficult as you could possibly get tonight for me to interview, I knew you 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And this is a piece of cake. We'll talk more about that later. Here's one of the cool things, and I don't know how many of you know this that have been Cory fans for a while, but one of my favorite Cory Morrow songs showed up on the Double Exposure record. It was a live record that Cory did, and it was a song called Always and Forever. And there was never a studio version of that song that has been released until this new record. And Cory, you had a very special guest sing along with you on that song, and I think this points to one of those tunes that acoustically you guys just came in and used acoustic instruments and your voice, and I'll let you introduce the female voice that joined you on that song.
Jamie Lynn Wilson.
Jamie Lynn Wilson.
Jamie Lynn Wilson.
And if you don't know Jamie Lynn Wilson, you mentioned Emmy Lou earlier.
Yeah.
I think she's the Emmy
Yeah,
Lou
man,
Harris
she's got
of Texas
such a cool-
music. She's got such
a cool
neat
voice.
So tell us about pulling this song out of the archives for the new record.
We actually did try to make another version of it when we did a record called 10 Years, which was celebrating 10 years of making records, and nobody really liked what we did there. Sorry. We took all of our old, we took a bunch of old songs and we rewrote the music, and then played it, and people didn't really get the artistic side of that. I felt kind of like Chris Gaines, so. It's a good album. Chris Gaines' record is a good album. But, so that didn't go over too well. So we decided to, really, I hear a lot of people, they're very, very kind, and they come up and they say that they played it at their wedding or somebody's funeral, and it's always an honor when people come up and tell me that. And I think to myself, I kind of cringe. I'm like very flattered, but at the same time, I'm like, gosh, I hope they didn't like go through that part at the beginning where I talk about, where I talk. Like it's just a little BS at the beginning of it, and I'm like, that's just weird. And I'd like for there to be a version without me talking about Popo David's Pub and that kind of thing. And anyway, we went in and I talked with Lloyd about it, and we listened to the original track, and we wanted it to remain as true to the feel of that song, so that we wouldn't lose. So if anybody hears the new record and hears the new version of it, you can tell that it's really staying in the main vein of the way that we wrote it originally, and we're not trying to change it or get artistic with it. We're just trying to keep it nice and simple, and then sing it as good as we can, and stay true to that as well. So, and we had a girl singer, which I think we had back then, and we had fiddle, which we had back then, and we had dobro, and we had Lloyd played dobro like he did on the original. So it's as close to the original as we could get. Is that my cue? Stop talking.
I need you, 'cause I love you, always and forever. And I love you, 'cause I've known you, always and forever. Well, time it flies, time it runs by, time will run out on us all. Your eyes filled with tears from fighting your fears, searching for who you are. Oh, and I will be here waiting, my dear, always and forever. I need you, 'cause I love you, always and forever. And I love you, 'cause I where the moon and stars, that old sun stretches far, shining for all to view. Eternally bound, they light up the ground, never once being untrue. When you are for me, that light which I need, always and forever. I need you, 'cause I love you, always and forever. And I love you, 'cause I know always and forever, always and forever.
Very nice. I love that song. All right, I need you to do something for me. We need to get a liner that we're going to start the show with, and I need you guys to help out, okay? He's going to say, "This is Cory Morrow, and this is real life, real music." And then I need you guys to go nuts, okay? For about 4 minutes, and then I'm going to stop you. No, I
Coffee
just
is
need you
being
to,
passed out.
yeah, just and do me a favor, since it's for the podcast too. Like, look right at that camera with your most grimacing look. This is Cory Morrow, and this is real life, real music. And then y'all go nuts. All right?
Sorry. Did you ever see a movie, Zoolander? Will Ferrell. You know I get farty and bloated with a foamy latte. And they look at each other and they go, ooh. He goes, "Ah." Go see the movie, you'll get it. Ready?
Yes.
This is Magnum. I can do this. Hey, this is Cory Morrow, and this is real life, real music. Nice.
That was awesome.
That was incredible.
Okay, I've got a great idea. See, Cory's releasing this new record on September 14th and 15th, 2 nights at Green Hall. So you should all come.
Yeah!
We need everybody
with
here.
that attitude.
With this attitude. Green Hall, 2 nights. So, speaking of, tell us about the new single. It's number 15 on the CDX chart right now. And, man, a lot of radio stations are playing it. Tell us about Whiskey and Pride and play the song for us.
You know all about it. You tell them. The band calls this my selfish mug because we have a little coffee maker on the bus, and when I get my mug full, there's no more coffee. It's a true story. Oh, Cory with his selfish mug. Whiskey and Pride. Yeah. That was your idea. We sat down with Kyle and Tim Nichols and Jody Booth, and we were hanging out at a country club in Houston, and we were writing songs and just kind of like getting to know each other. And Kyle says, "Man, I have this idea. I haven't done anything with it." And he says, "Whiskey goes down easier than pride." And we all kind of looked at each other and went, "Oh, I can relate." And then we just started talking about it, man. And it was there was so much truth in it. It was kind of frightening. And we just started kind of discussing what it would look like. I think it took us like an hour to kind of come up with the music, right?
Yeah, it once we got rolling, it happened. But I think, I mean, everybody's been in that situation, right? Where you know the right thing to do. You just don't know if you're going to do it yet. That's what I think this song's about.
I think that's pretty much what it is. It's the choices that we have to make every day. And I say it's every day. And I'm learning that there's this screw up in me every single day, and I have to choose to come clean about the crap that goes on in my head and the decisions that I've made, whether I am nice or mean and polite or rude, and I just keep screwing up. And do I swallow my pride and say I'm sorry, or do I go eat ice cream? So that's my new alcohol. You got this?
Man across the bar staring me down. So what the hell you doing here? Sitting on your throne with your crown, while she's drowning in her tears. So what's the story this time? Oh, come on, tell me what she done. Why don't you take a sip and justify it? When things get hard, you tend to run. So keep lying to yourself and hang on to your fears. The answer's clear. If you were half a man, you'd be there by her side. But I guess whiskey goes down easier than pride. You could take another shot, or you could head your ass back home. Maybe stay and drink all they've got. I guess you'd rather be lonely than wrong. So keep lying to yourself and hang on to your fears. All the answers clear. Half a man, you'd be there by her side. But I guess whiskey goes down easier than pride. I bet I look crazy to everyone else staring at this mirror and lying to myself. Clear. If I was half a man, I'd be there by her side. But I guess whiskey goes down easier than pride. You know, whiskey goes down easier. And the answer's clear. And the answer's clear. The answer's clear. Lying to myself, I'm hanging on my fears. All the answer's clear. If I was half a man, I'd be there by her side. And I guess whiskey goes down easier than pride. You know, whiskey goes down easier.
That one I needed drums.
So that's the brand new single out right now. You can
Real
hear it
life,
on
real music.
K-Star Country and other
Yeah.
wonderful stations like that.
Hey, man,
Yeah.
will you play me a song?
Will I play you a song?
You play me a
Are
song.
you ready for a break?
Let's flip this interview around.
All right.
Your wife, Oprah Winfrey? No, okay. How much money do you make in a year? I think that's inappropriate. There was one that you played for my wife and I a while back, and it was talking about there's not much traffic on the last mile, and this is an idea about like if marriage is depicted in analogous to like being on a highway and there's a bunch of other married couples and cars around you, and you're going the distance of life, and the highway is life, and you get to that last mile of life, there's maybe not so many marriages left in the cars on that highway. And
That's a pleasant thought.
it's a hard marriage is difficult, man.
It is.
I don't know what God was thinking when he put two completely different people together. I said, you guys make babies and stay together. Cool. The first part's all right. Second part's a little harder. But but it was a really cool idea, and it was a really cool song. And I don't know if you've played it in a while, but there's also one, the one about time that I really dig on. Is it While in a Watch? Is that the one?
Yeah. Which one would you rather hear?
Well, I'd rather hear the other one.
Okay, then I'm going to try
but
it.
if
I
you
haven't
can play
played
it.
I haven't played it in
You
a while,
remember?
but
I love the While in the Watch, though. That's like my other favorite. Not my other, but another. You'll screw it up like I did.
I'm just kidding. All right. So yeah, I had heard really more in a like a business context. It was somebody's customer service slogan or something like that. It said, "There's not much traffic on the extra mile," and I thought, man, that's a song about my marriage right there, because my wife is stuck with me. We celebrated 25 years. Yeah. And guess what? And we're leaving on a plane for Cabo San Lucas Friday morning. So good for us.
And they need the vacation.
No kids. Yeah. So anyway, thank you for asking for this. I remember playing this for you and Sherry.
How many kids do you have at home now?
At home, 4.
How many kids do you have
5.
that you've... Yeah, there you go. There's
Well,
the...
that's a whole nother interview. Let's stay here.
These people aren't going anywhere. It's Wednesday.
This is
Wednesday in the Woodlands is like Saturday everywhere else. You remember it?
I do. I'm going to try to play it for you. I wrote this with, I had this idea, and then I took it to a friend of mine, Trent Wellman, and we finished this song. It's called The Extra Mile. We could throw in the towel, give up right now. It'd probably be the easy thing to do. It ain't no unforgiven sin. Just look at all our friends. There'll be no fingers pointing back at me and you. Or we could throw our selfish pride aside and take a little ride, give it one more try. If we can make it down this stretch of rocky road, then we can make it through anything at all. When it feels lonely, baby, there's a reason why. There ain't much traffic down the extra mile. Now I don't know where this old road leads. Letting go of what we know can be a scary thing. but this hurt ain't what we wanna hold on to. So let's drive into the blue until there's nothing but me and you. Yeah, we're all we've got to hold on to. 'Cause if we can make it down this stretch of rocky road, then we can make it through anything at all. When it feels lonely, baby, there's a reason why. There ain't much traffic down the extra mile. And we ain't breaking down, we're breaking through. It's called the Roadless Travel, 'cause not many people do. So if we can make it down this stretch of rocky road, then we can make it through anything at all. When it feels lonely, baby, there's a reason why. There ain't much traffic down the extra mile. There ain't much traffic down the extra mile.
Thank you. Thanks, man.
Thank you. And thank you. Thank you very much.
Well, now I got to sing one about my wife.
Yeah, no,
All right.
and there is one on the new record.
Yeah, yeah.
One about your wife. Tell us about it.
I know. Well, you have 5 kids, so, you know, I thought, what the hey? We have 5 kids.
Yeah.
Our second just turned 6 yesterday.
Come on.
The oldest is 7, boy, and then we have twin boys that are 3. They may not make it through the end of the year, though. We may be down to 3 come Christmas. And then we have a girl, Daisy Diane. And Daisy is 15 months, and when she is 400 months, you know, I'm just going to keep saying 420 months today. I'm not giving her years. She's just going to be months. And how many ponies do you want?
And in case you weren't paying attention, that was the oldest one's 7, and there's 5. So you can imagine what it's like at Cory's house right now.
You can imagine. Sometimes we take videos so people don't have to imagine. So my wife is always at home with these kids. They're our kids. They're not. Sometimes it feels like they wish they were somebody else's, but they're awesome. But they're all getting kind of to that age where they're pressing back against, like, you know, pushing, saying, what can we get away with today? And they think that since Daddy's gone, they can get away with more. And then Daddy comes home and finds out about the things they did, and, you know, we have red bottoms and things, and they think, oh, shoot, I shouldn't have tried that. But it's just, whenever she leaves, me there with all 5 of them. Oh, you think I can handle it? What's up, front row? That's not funny. It hurt my feelings, man. So, whenever she leaves me alone with all 5 of them, I cry. And it's hard, man. It's really it's hard. But I realize how amazing she is. What an amazing mother she is, and she's the most incredible wife that I think anybody could ever ask for. And I know that I don't deserve it. And I truly feel blessed, man, because we have our fights and our quarrels and whatnot, but man, she forgives me every time, man. And I come to her and I apologize, or she comes to me and apologizes. We have a healthy relationship as far as that goes, of fixing the fences as soon as they're broken. And but she's just an incredible woman, and these kids are a pain in the ass. I love them.
Oh, we got it on tape.
I love them.
It's all good.
I love you, boys. Love you the most, Daisy Nine. No, I don't. It's hard, man, and so there's this just kind of thought to me that she's like Superman in the house, because how do you do that? Like, how can you hold up the household, and then when I come home, treat me like a king and love on me and give all this energy to everything that's going on in this house and still keep it together, and it's incredible, man. So this song was kind of derived out of that idea, and my friend Matt Davis and I wrote this song together. Not a day goes by that you don't put on your cape. I bet Superman looks up to you. Now I know you'd never lie, but I can see it on your face. Sometimes a hero's heart gets weary too. So tonight let down your head, cast your worries far away. Let me be the hero for a while. I wanna say I love you in a brand new kind of way, and watch you disappear behind your smile. Your smile, it lights up the room, and it holds me true to be what I should be. Your smile, my dear, it wipes away my fears, and it sets me free, and it sings to me. Yeah, it sings to me. Well, something put a hold on this road I was rolling down, and I thought, well, there goes this ride. And then you came into view, and right away I knew I was not alone. He heard my cry. Now every night and day is a blessing in some way, and it's not because I'm earning every mile. No, I believe it's grace that brought me to this place and saved me, shining through your smile. Your smile, it lights up the room, and it holds me true to be what I should be. Oh, your smile, my dear, it wipes away my fears, and it sets me free, and it sings to me. Yeah, it sings to me. Oh, your smile, well, it lights up the room, and it holds me true to be what I should be. Your smile, my dear, wipes away my tears, and it sets me free, and it sings to me. It
sings to me.
Cory, I have to say, I think that's probably the second most beautiful song you ever wrote about a woman.
Thanks, man.
You want to know what the first is?
I do.
It's about a stripper.
Hi, Mom. It's my mother's request.
Cory and I, Cory was very gracious to ask me to participate in a series of shows that we did to commemorate 20 years worth of his recordings. And I don't know how many of you ever got to come see that, but we put together this show where we kind of went through the chronology of Cory's career.
We put together this show, and it freaks people. They got upset. They got upset with you.
Well, here's the thing.
It's funny.
Well, I mean, let's just say it. Cory's doing better now. He's sober, okay? He's going to be with us longer. That's a good thing, because if he was on the same train that he was on when he was writing songs like Stripper, well, he might not be around with us at this point. So,
I don't know what you're talking about.
this is how we kicked off the show every night, with this love song to a girl that Cory met in a velvet seat.
There's some truth to this song, and there's some fiction to this song. Mostly truth. Shut up, Mom. Kidding. I mean, please. Mom, you want to tell the story? All right. Yeah. What's up, Joe? He keeps peeking his head around the corner.
What are they talking about?
I'm talking about strippers.
I know. I just think it's hilarious, man. We did this in Colorado at the Steamboat Music Fest, and yeah, cool. You ski. Way to go. Anyway, somebody came up, like people. So we dig in during the show and dig in really deep and talk about the things that I've done, and man, people got really upset with Kyle afterwards. They come up to me and they go, "Man, I really don't appreciate that Kyle was asking you those questions and drawing that kind of stuff out of you." And I was like, I didn't like just walk into a minefield, you know. Like we put this show together. We designed the questions so that I could answer them and be, you know, honest about my life and kind of like show you what's going on. And it just cracked me up, man. So they're like the song about the stripper, but I don't like the fact that Kyle was asking you about the things that you did back then.
It was kind of awkward when one guy came up to me at Steamboat and he said, "Why did you have to ask him about cocaine?
Yeah.
Do you have any?"
Did he? There's a whole mountain of it out there. It's pure snow. Imagine the street value of that mountain. She's a waitress right now in some rundown Mickey Mouse town. On the weekends, she's my big city striptease. Well, she looks pretty sleek. For $1 a peek, you can make her acquaintance and then just leave. Well, her papa, he don't know his little baby's taking off her clothes. He don't ever ask how she pays the rent. And I go to see her dance, load at just about every chance. She leaves
me with the feeling it was money well spent. She's a big city stripper, and all the cowboys love to tip her, spending their lives in a velvet seat. $5 a beer. I never ever want to leave here. She's my big city stripper, whoa, and I think she's in love with me. Well, her life is a sordid wreck. She seldom gets any respect. But you know, she's only doing what she loves the most. And my loving her, well, that's a task, 'cause she's always showing off her. She's what all men want from coast to coast. Well, I spent the last 10 years just trying to face my fears. I was worried about what all my do-si-do friends might say. But it's kind of fun to drink. Oh, hell, I'll just kick back and drink, watch her dance, see all my troubles just stripped away. She's a big city stripper, and all the cowboys love to tip her, spending their lives in a velvet seat. $5 a beer. I never ever want to leave here. She's my big city stripper, woo, and I think she's in love with me. Yeah, she must be. Good tutelage is what it is. She's a waitress right now in some rundown Mickey Mouse town. On the weekend, she my big city. Oh, on the weekend, she's my big city. Oh, on the weekend, she's my big city. Striptease. There you go. She was an Austin stripper, so. So that's funny. You know, I just wanted to fit the word acquaintance into a song, and I was like, how do I put acquaintance into a song? What rhymes with acquaintance? I don't.
Are y'all having a good time tonight? Everybody good? Okay. So Cory, all right. So
That would have been better maintenance.
Let's go all the way to the other end of the spectrum. And that's a song on the new record, because obviously if you guys have followed Cory, if you follow Cory online or you followed his records, one of the things that I love about Cory, and typically I am much more into the music of artists where they're pretty transparent about whatever's going on in their lives, and you can actually pick up on it in the material at any given point in time. And on the new record, there's a song called "Revival" that I think is one of the most fun tracks on the new record, just musically. And you've got some special guests that end up appearing, Drew Almack and Angie, and some fun stuff going on. But tell us a little bit about that song, and then play that one as we're continuing to get a preview of the new record, Whiskey and Pride.
It was so in my house, our house, my wife has this big like, fence board over the back door that leads out to the backyard, and she painted in big white letters, "Revival Going On." And so my friend John David Kent came over one day. Hey, would you pick that name up? And he said, he walked into the house and he saw that sign and he goes, "Dude, I love that. We got to write that." And I was like, "Cool, that's good." I didn't even think about it. And that's what's going on in our house. My wife's got like scripture up and the rules of the house and the Morrow family values, and they have to memorize all this stuff. And like, I don't even have it memorized. It's freaking amazing. But they're like little sponges, so you can just throw all this stuff at them, and then you go out to Walmart and tell them to recite it, and you're like, haha. Anyway, they're good. They're pain in the ass, but they're good. That's my sister. So that sign's over there, and we went and sat down and we started talking about like what does that look like, and we started talking about like a full-on tent revival, and I was like, "Man, I'd never been to one," and he goes, "Dude, I have. It's crazy." And I was like where they're like healing people and they're falling down and they're getting back up, and then like snakes and stuff like that, and he's like, "Oh yeah, the whole gamut." And I was like, "Was it amazing?" It's like it was insane. So we just started talking and writing stuff down and kind of coming together, and then this happened here. The main part about it was as I've been walking on this path now, I kind of had to move away from some of my friends for a while because the atmosphere was not very honorable to my wife and my family and the things that we were doing, and so I kind of pulled away for a little bit, and then I got to this place where it's like, okay, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna be friends with these people again, and I can now, and I just don't go necessarily everywhere that we used to go together, like to that place where that girl had worked, and anyway, and so I've made new friends, and then there's been some really cool people that have come in my life. Like God's put preachers into my life, and I've made friends. I've got like a handful of preachers on my speed dial that I can call anytime to ask them anything, and it's really a cool feeling. I never thought 10 years ago, sitting in a strip club, that I'd be like having preachers on my speed dial, and I'd be calling them up, like.
Can I say something really
I
cool?
wouldn't.
And I don't know if this will make the radio show or not, because he may tell me that I wasn't supposed to say this, but I don't know of a live record, and this goes back to the pastor thing. I don't know about a live record since Johnny Cash that was recorded in a prison, but Cory Morrow is going to get to do a live record in a prison right here in the state of Texas that you guys will be able to look for next year, which that's going to be a cool.
Yeah, that's going to be pretty.
That's going to be a cool deal.
It'll be at the Pulaski unit in Livingston, and actually, this is the preacher that gave us the idea, along with my wife and John David Kent, for the revival going on. This preacher, before every show, we've become really close, and before every show, he knows my schedule. He'll send me a text that says, "Shout, clap, dance, sing to the Lord," and I'm like, and I get it, and it's just exclamation point, shout, clap, dancing, and every time I'd read it, I'd be like, "Man, I love this," just it fires me up. And so we get out there and we get on stage, and I'm like, "You guys make some noise." So I get people fired up, and most of the time they're like, "Dude's weird. Is he on drugs?" "Not anymore." Reminds me of a story. Can I digress real quick? This is me. It's no wonder one of my kids is ADD. So anyway, I got pulled over for DWI and possession of cocaine back in 2005 or 5, and it was not as cool as you think it might be, and so we had a show coming up like a couple weeks later, and I was really embarrassed and kind of scared, but then I kind of got over it, and John and I are backstage, and I was like, it would be really friggin' funny is if I grabbed some powdered sugar and just threw it all over my face and grabbed a bottle of whiskey and just ran out there and got on a microphone and go, "I learned nothing!" And John and I were cracking up, and you guys don't think it's as funny, so I'm glad I didn't do it.
Revival's going on.
Yeah. So preacher sends that stuff, and I love it. It gets me fired up, and so we ended up putting that that line in the song as well. So he gets songwriting credit, which is kind of cool. I've been circling around, around, praying these walls come down, down. You carried me through it all. These walls are gonna fall. We've been falling a long time, just trying to fall in line. I've been looking for a place to go, you know, open up my soul. Well, we shout, clap, dance, and sing, making room here for the King. Open up your soul, revival's going on. Holy water, paper fans, stand up and shout amen. If the Spirit moves, you sing hallelujah. Raise and shake your tambourines, people falling to their knees. If you didn't know better, you'd think they'd gone insane. Oh. Well, we shout, clap, dance, and sing, making room here for the King. Open up your soul, revival's going on. I see it in my home, I feel it where I live. We were never supposed to keep this thing under a lid. It's like a lamp on a table, he said we should not hide. We got to step on out this door, a little love light shine. Well, we shout, clap, dance, and sing, making room here for the King. Open up your soul, revival's going on. Yeah, we shout, clap, dance, and sing, making room here for the King. Open up your soul, revival's going on. Said, open up your soul, revival's going on. Said, open up your soul, revival's going on.
Yeah.
It's not coming out tonight, I don't know.
So I told you earlier, we've been at this for 10 years here at Real Life Real Music, sitting down with our favorite artists, and we couldn't make that possible over that long of a period of time without help from our corporate partners. And I've got a couple of them here with me tonight from the Rockstar Realty Group. Rick and Vanessa, y'all wave your hands right back there. If you guys, if anybody in here, you want to know what your house is worth, you want to know where there's a piece of property for sale, anything like that, touch base with these guys. They've got a growing firm here in town, 10 realtors that can help service your needs. And man, we appreciate you guys putting your money back into the culture of the community that you help build. So thank you very much for helping make tonight possible. We appreciate you. All right, so Cory, I want to ask you about another. Well, I'd say it's probably the second best song on the new record.
What's the first best song?
Whiskey and
Oh,
Pride.
well, of course.
Then I'd have to say the second best
yeah.
song on the record. Are there any hunting and fishing fans in the audience tonight? Okay. Well, I'll tell you this. We're going to have Cory over here at the merch table a little later, so you guys make sure and stop by and see him. But I can promise you that for this new record, there's going to be some good, fishing caps and fishing shirts and all that kind of stuff, because this guy's got a new song out on the new record called Let's Take This Outside. And the reason it's the second best song is because it's the only other one I helped co-write on the record. So
Slide it right
Slip
on in
that
there,
in.
Kyle.
what do you have to do when you drop your own name?
Yeah, well, you
That's pretty
pick it
bad.
up. Pick it up and hand it on. This is actually, it's also on it's a theme song for a TV show called Majesty Outdoors. And it's a ministry for fatherless children, and originating out of Corpus Christi, Texas. And this guy, Bill Blodgett, he takes kids on fishing trips all over the state, and he takes them on hunting trips all over the state. And man, it's pretty cool. He asked us to come along with him, and we just hit it off and have become lifelong friends over a period of a couple of years. And asked us if we would consider writing a new song for the show, a new theme song. And so I called this guy and Drew Womack, and we ended up at the West Pole in Austin, Texas. And what is that? It's a place. It's a place, the West Pole. It exists. Look it up. And came up with this one, right? It's 4 a.m. Rise and shine. So much excitement, sleepy eyes. The world looks different when you watch it come alive. Oh, riding across the water into the sunrise. Oh, let's take this outside, where the air is clear and the sky is wide. When life puts up a fight and you need a place to go and someone to be your guide. Oh, let's take this outside. Follow that trail, don't make a sound. Watch for the barbed wire, barrel to the ground. Feel the wind whispering in the blind, anticipating what we'll find. Leaving all the noise behind. Oh, let's take this outside, where the air is clear and the sky is wide. When life puts up a fight and you need a place to go and someone to be your guide. Oh, let's take this outside. Oh, this must be the place. I can see my Father's face and feel His warm embrace. I can hear Him say, let's take this outside.
someone to be your guide. Oh, let's take this outside where the air is clear and the sky is wide. When life puts up a fight and you need a place to go and someone to be your guide. Oh, let's take this. Oh, let's take this. Oh, let's take this outside. Yeah, yeah.
That was fun, man.
That was a lot of
I
fun.
liked writing that one.
It was a lot of fun writing that song. So, drink one more round on me?
Dang it. I don't care where she's been.
And now that Cory doesn't drink anymore, we can drink one more. Because we can have his.
Want to do that one? We'll do this one. We don't never do this one. Is that okay? Do what? I'm an audible. Audible.
You're going to audible.
Tim Tebow audible. I don't know. That means nothing to me. I don't follow the news or anything. I just was throwing out a name. It could have been Emmett Smith audible. So wasn't going political or anything about. I don't. Shut up. I realized once I said it, people were like, "Oh, wait, I don't know." Whatever. I don't care. Roadhouse. I'll let you in on a little secret. Whenever I start to talk about something that seems like it might be a little bit uncomfortable, and people are like, "What the hell is he talking about?" and the band is getting a little embarrassed because they wish I'd shut up and just play a song, they look over at each other and they start screaming, "Roadhouse! Roadhouse!" Roadhouse! That's code for shut up. Stop talking. Maybe you should never have stopped drinking. Picture from the wall, he handed it to me and he swore, "Now son, I've done nothing wrong, I was framed all along." Now they lied right from the start when they stole my lonely heart. In the picture that you hold lies the hidden truth untold. And I was just along for the ride, and where that train was bound I don't know, but I'll ride. I just wanted to go farther than I'd been. Now I'm alone for the ride again.
It was a long, cold, rainy day. They kept their smiles at bay. All to them it was just a game. Yeah, to play with my life this way. And when the first man drew his gun, silence befell everyone. Oh, but a girl, she ran for the door, and he gunned her down to the floor. Now we grabbed that loot and we rode, for the posse would soon be formed. Yeah, but that girl, she laid so cold, as pale as the untouched snow. And I was just along for the ride, and where that train was bound, I don't know, but I'll ride. I just wanted to go farther than I'd been, and now I'm along for the ride again. Now we'd ride through rain and snow, not knowing just which way to go. Yeah, but this would be my last ride, 'cause I'd take my leave tonight. On the day before we were found, in a picture we all gathered round, 4 men in a line. I was the only one that was blind. sit in this cell, I am awaiting my day in hell. So boy, you listen good, there ain't no refuge in the hood. Oh, and there's nobody to blame, I'm a fool of my own acclaim. Yeah, I thought I'd been so wise, but these men proved my demise. And the train moves down the line for a different town each night, in search of a boy like me, in search of a youth in need. And I was just along for the ride, and where that train was bound I don't know, but I'll ride. I just wanted to go a little bit farther than I'd been, and now I'm along for the ride again.
Hey, are y'all still having a good time tonight? Are we good? Okay. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to do like 2 or 3 more songs, and then we're going to have Cory right over here. You can't see the merch table, really. Some of you can. Joe's back there waving. All of your favorite Cory Morrow records, merch, hats, all that kind of good stuff. And don't forget, can we give it up one more time for Lucas Ebert, who opened the night tonight? He's got some merch over here.
It sounded so good.
Let's send him back to Nashville with a lighter bag.
Let's send him back that Nashville Sucks shirt.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's going to do wonders for your career. It worked for me.
You pick. What do you want to play next, Cory?
Well, I know we're kind of running over time, but I wanted to play a couple more off the new record, if that was all right. This one's called Restless, and I wrote this with my friend Brian Keene, and it's pretty much about having a bunch of kids and being old and stuff.
Why'd you look at me?
Once I paid off all this debt and finally get myself together. Once I lose a couple pounds and find some clothes that fit me better. Once I find some better friends, someone who'll love me till the end. Once my job's a little closer to home, oh, maybe then I won't feel so restless in my bones. Oh, restless, restless in my bones. I keep on searching pointlessly, I know. It don't matter where I go or what I own. No, there's no cure, I know. I'm just feeling for sale on late night television. Once my kids have finally grown and they can make their own decisions. Once my hair stops falling out or even growing in my nose. Once I find a better way to get it on. Oh, maybe then I won't feel so restless in my bones. Oh, restless, restless in my bones. I keep on searching, pointlessly I know. It don't matter where I go or what I own. No, there's no cure, I know. I'm just feeling restless in my bones. Ow. Oh, restless, restless in my bones. I keep on searching, pointlessly I know. It don't matter where I go, what I own. No, there's no cure, I know. I'm just feeling restless. Yeah, I'm just feeling restless. Oh, I'm just feeling restless in my bones. Huh. I like it, I like it.
So September 14th is the date that the record's going to be out, the new record, Whiskey and Pride.
CD
September
release party without
14th.
any CDs. How about that?
It's all digital now.
And records. We're releasing vinyl. Yeah,
But
we're
I'm-
excited about that. So it'll be you pull the record out and have a little sleeve, and it'll have all this stuff that tell the story about the songs and the lyrics and all that, like a CD used to be for everybody. And so we'll have vinyl for sale, and then we'll also have digital download, and we'll be playing the whole song, the whole album in its entirety on September the 14th at Green Hall, and then on the 15th we'll be playing bunch of the songs and then some other stuff and special stuff.
So make a weekend of it. Green Hall, September 14th and 15th. That'll be the place to be for sure. All right, what do you want to play, Corey?
I'll do one more new one if that's all right. Because if they like all these, then maybe they'll come to Green Hall.
Come on.
Maybe we just get a big old shuttle bus and we'll bring everybody from the Do-Si-Do. Oh, to heck with it, man. I'll come on our bus. We'll just shove in there.
There you go.
Ethan's back there going.
The tour manager's going, oh.
There's only 12 bunks, but we'll squeeze in. How many people here? This song's called "The Top of My Heart," and I can't remember who did I write this with. Is it with the Market Junction Boys? Yeah, Matt Parrish and Justin Lofton. The Market Junction Boys. They'll be opening up the show actually at Green Hall, and so will you.
With me?
Yeah. So I don't know. One day, somebody said something, and that thing, "I love you I mean it from the bottom of my heart," and it just kind of struck me funny. Sometimes words, you'll hear a word and you're like, like Francisco. That sounds fun. That's fun to say, Francisco. And you just think, where'd that come from? And so I started thinking about, where does the bottom of my heart come from? What does that look like? And then I thought, what does it look like if you love somebody from the top of your heart? Because you must be a real turd of a man if you love somebody from the top of your heart. It's like not much love up there. So we just kind of went into it. I can see from the top of my heart a love that's paper thin, and there's nothing to lose when you put nothing in. I can hear in the back of my mind those same old voices again, telling the same old story and stealing the hope of this man. And I've been afraid to live, running out of time, but love is patient and love is kind. From the top of my heart I've been trying, Lord help me find the bottom this time. This ground has been tilled by a love whose harvest was always enough. And now I'm learning to live on the things I know fill me up. And I can see from the top of my heart to the bottom was a long way to go. And divine is the taste of the love that carried my soul. And I've been afraid to live, running out of time, but love is patient and love is kind. From the top of my heart I've been trying, Lord help me find the bottom this time. Top of my heart I've been trying, Lord help me find the bottom. Oh, help me find the bottom. Lord help me find the bottom this time.
Cory, thank you for coming to hang out with us tonight, man.
Thank
It's
you,
always
as
a
always,
pleasure
man.
to have you here. We love you here in Houston. Come see us again soon.
I love you, man. Thank you for having us again. This is
You gonna sign some stuff over here?
I'll be up. I'll be there until everybody leaves.
All right.
I'll be selling coffee. It'll be great. This is honestly, and I'm not just saying it to build you up, although somebody should be building you up because you've done an amazing thing here. And
Thank you.
This is really cool. And before I really knew what this meant, the real life and real music, before I really understood what this meant, I felt it in my heart that there was something special going on here, and it was uncomfortable to be here with Kyle. Because he was just, drawing out stuff, and I wasn't sure I wanted to talk about it. But he'd get me backstage and be like, hey, man, you mind if we talk about your arrest and the cocaine and stuff like that? It's like, I don't want to know. I'll do it real nice and soft. I'll handle it with kid gloves. And we don't even have to talk about the cocaine. We just say, like something happened or whatever. I'm like, I don't want to do that. No, I'm kidding. Wait, but he's just always been a real and genuine person, and I'm honored to call you my friend. I love you, and I'm proud of this thing for you. Thanks for letting us be a part of it. There's smiles on the faces of the people
and there are scars on their hearts that they hide. Faithful and fragile, doubting their path, they carry the weight of the world on their backs, and I know they've got a long way to go. Yeah, I know we've got a long way to go. But I know every day I'm lucky just to breathe the air I breathe, and I hope everyone can feel this love busting out of me. And sometimes I forget to forgive even me. Yeah, sometimes I stumble, oh, that's when he carries me. Yeah, sometimes I stumble, oh, that's when he carries me. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. The morning wakes uncertain what will come, and I will question where my happiness comes from. I've lived in castles and out on the streets. I'm still seduced by the demons that make me weak, and I know I've got a long way to go. Yeah, I know we've got a long, long way to go. But I know every day I'm lucky just to breathe the air I breathe, and I hope everyone can feel this love busting out of me. And sometimes I forget to forgive even me. Yeah, sometimes I stumble, oh, that's when he carries me. Yeah, sometimes I stumble, oh, that's when he carries me. Now we've all suffered on this road we travel on. It is cold, it is lonely, and it is dark. Oh, but there is hope. Yeah, and it's hope that carries on. And I know every day I'm lucky just to breathe the air I breathe, and I hope everyone can feel this love busting out of me. And sometimes I forget to forgive even me. Yeah, sometimes I stumble, that's when he carries me. Yeah, sometimes I stumble, oh, that's when he carries me.
Y'all want one more? One more. One more. One more.
I gotta pee, man. That's the name of the next song. I gotta pee. Have you ever had to pee so bad? I had. Have you had it yet? No, it's cool. It's gonna make me sing louder. Ah, yeah. It's not there tonight. Ah. I'm not gonna ruin it. Trust me, when I hit it, you're gonna be like, wow. But until then, you're gonna be like, gosh, stop. I got rice cooking in the microwave. I got a 3-day beard. I don't plan to shave, and it's a goofy thing, but I just gotta say, hey, I'm doing alright. Well, I think I'll make me some homemade soup. I feel pretty good, and that's the truth. It's neither drink nor drug induced, no. I'm just doing alright. And it's a great day to be alive. I know the sun's still shining when I close my eyes. There's hard times in the neighborhood, but why can't every day be just this good? Yeah. Ow. Ow. I want to give a big special thanks to all our firefighters and policemen, special responders. I see some of Conroe, Texas fire department out there. And Conroe Fire Department helped me get over my fear of heights about a few weeks back. I went up in the bucket. How many? How far up was that? Huh? 100 feet? Holy crap, really? Was it really? Kyle went up with me, and Ivan and
It
their
was
wives.
taller.
Holy macaroni grill. Thanks, guys. So 15 years since I left home, I said, good luck to every seed I'd sown. Gave it my best, then I left it alone. Oh, hope they're doing all right. Red bird, what do you see? He said, I see a lone wolf, baby, looking at me. Head in the clouds, but harmless as a tree. Lord, I guess they're doing all right. It's a great day to be alive. I know the sun's still shining when I close my eyes. There's hard times in the neighborhood, but why can't every day be just this good? Sometimes it's lonely, sometimes it's only me, and the shadows it fill this room. Sometimes I'm falling, desperately calling, howling at the moon. Ah, ooh. Everybody, 1, 2, 3. Now you got to make the sound of a coyote that's been caught in a trap. My foot. Sorry, my paw. It's a colorful life that we all go through. It ain't black and white, nor just shades of blue. Maybe I'll grow me a Fu Manchu.
great day to be alive. I know the sun's still shining when I close my eyes. There's some hard times in the neighborhood, but why can't every day be just this good? It's a great day to be alive. I know the sun's still shining when I close my eyes. There's some hard times in the neighborhood, but why can't every day be just this good? Yeah. Oh, 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 oh. Ah, yeah. Feel big love. I feel more love than I've ever known in my entire life. And every day is not easy, but I've learned to understand why, and that there's peace and love through the difficulty, through the hard choices. There's help. There's a better way and a better life. And it puts a smile on your face. And it's not just happiness, it's called joy. This joy is not dependent upon anything that happens to it. Joy is there in the middle of suffering, sadness, brokenness. And joy is a better lifter upper than anything I've ever found. And that's the love and the joy of Jesus, baby. Love and love, feel love. I feel love, I feel love, 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 love. I feel love coming from above. And I said, amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. Well, I once was lost, oh, but now I'm found. I was blind, Lord, I was blind, yeah, but now I see, yeah, I see love, and I see the light of love shining through. Oh, I feel the love, I feel the love, I feel the love, and now I am the love. Yeah, love, take over me. Ooh, oh, love, take over. Love, take over. John Carroll.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Cory Morrow.